Hello, I'm Danny and welcome to BH Bikes. I'm pleased to announce that this is my new bike. If you watched my first ride of the BMW S1000xr, you'll know how excited I was when I rode it. It's a bike that I never even considered when I was looking for a new bike. However, when I jumped on it, it blew me away. After I rode the MT10 for the second time, I decided the MT10 was not quite right for me and it didn't really fit me as well as it probably should. Last week I picked this up on the 1st of March, as that's when the new 2017 registrations come out, and so this is a brand new bike. I've put the first few miles on it and I think I've just ticked over 100. I did shoot a collection video, but I had problems with my camcorder and it all corrupted and it was just a bit of a mess really. So I'm kind of back in my usual spot, filming again this video now. Why did I choose the S1000xr over the MT10? Firstly, I chose it because I was not cramped on it. And due to the amount of miles I do, riding long distances, being cramped was not something I wanted to do. And yes, I could have put lower rear sets on the MT10, a taller seat and a comfort seat and raised the handlebars, but once I'd done all that, I was at the money for this, and this I kind of drove straight off and that was it. So yeah, so that's kind of the decision maker. Yeah, so I'm still going to take the MT10 out as and when I can because it's an awesome bike. However, the S1000xr, in my opinion, is better for me. Right, you've probably noticed that this bike is not standard, and when I picked it up it was completely standard. It was a standard S1000xr SE, and I've actually now put the bits on it. I'm probably going to publish the video of me adding the bits on after this video, just because, well, the memory card corrupted and it was all a bit wrong. So some of the add-ons I've added, firstly is this tool screen. Now I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it does a great job of keeping the wind off my head and keeping the wind noise down, so that's great. The other thing was the radiator guards and oil cooler guards. Now these are essential as far as I'm concerned. As you can see, some of the tracks I come on anyway, but also in England the roads are pretty bad. And getting a stone through your oil cooler could pretty much destroy your engine in a few seconds and take you out. And also, it's just for the sake of 100 quid, you're protecting the life of your engine. The other thing I feared was the crash bungs. Now, I could have put crash bars in, and I didn't want to. Simply, these look better. If I drop it, and if I drop it hard enough, it'll be an insurance claim anyway. If I drop it a little bit, these will just do the hopefully do the job to protect all the plastics and not do any major damage to the bike. Now, the other thing I've done is I have gone aftermarket with the luggage system. Now, BMW wanted serious amounts of money for panniers and the top box, and then the panniers aren't waterproof, so you have to buy the pannier bags, and so I added it. And to be honest, I was going to end up spending a shit ton of money on something I'm only ever going to use a few times. So I went on the forums and spoke to people, and the Shad system appealed to me because I'm pretty sure that Shad make the boxes for BMW. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the information that I was given. So after chatting on the forum, someone said they had a full Shad system that they were selling, and did I want it? So I was like, yeah, why not? So 300 quid in, I've got 2 panniers, the fitting kit and the top box. So not too bad. The other thing that I've got coming is the BMW nav system. I reluctantly held off for this as I've got a great sat nav with the TomTom. But after lots of research, everyone recommended that I buy it because it gives lots more features and acts as an extra dash to the XR. And to be honest, if I didn't do a deal with it, then you'd probably end up buying it anyway. And, you know, so that's coming. I'm a little bit annoyed actually, as I ordered it with the bike, and they still haven't supplied it to me because they forgot to order it, I think. So that's quite frustrating actually, especially as I've got quite a few miles planned. in the next few weeks, and I can't find my arse in the bath without a sat-nav. I've done about 100 miles now, ish, maybe 120 on this, and I'm loving it. It's fast, it's restricted also to 9,000 RPM until the 600 mile service, and then that gets taken off. So I'm still riding it fairly gently, but it is scaring the crap out of me every now and again. I've been quite lucky with the weather today. The roads are reasonably dry, but there's a lot of mud kicking around, so I've got to be pretty careful with that as well. But yeah, I'm really generally am pleased with it. The vibrations that BMW said they've solved, they really haven't. About 70-ish mile an hour, I get a buzz through the handlebars, and apparently that will get better, but if it doesn't, there are cures for it aftermarket using bar end weights. Anyway, so that cures that problem, so it's not the end of the world. But other than that, I'm pretty much going to keep the bike as standard as it is now, with all the mods I've done already. I'm not one for changing exhaust systems. The Akrapovic on the demo bike I rode was awesome and sounded epic, and it cracked and it burbled and it popped, but I'm not quite sure it's worth spending the money, especially as I don't keep bikes very long anyway because the miles I do. So if this was a forever bike, then maybe I'd spend the money on the Akrapovic, and but not really. Right, I'm now going to give you some head cam footage of this bike in action, and today's really the first day I've actually been able to open it up as well as I can with the weather conditions. So here's some head cam footage, and I'll catch you in a bit. I hope you are enjoying the videos. There's a lot more content to come, so please do make sure you subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, please leave any comments below, and I'll catch you all in the next video.